friends, Julie here and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a great video for you. These are all crafts that are less than 5 minutes and less than $5 to make. So for our first DIY, you will need one of these wooden signs from Dollar Tree, as well as some window clings, Mod Podge, hot glue, scissors, and some brown paint or stain. So to begin, I am just deciding here which side I want to use of this wooden plaque, and I decided I like the little knots from the twine showing, and I am just going to stain the wood. Now you can use stain, but I chose to just use some watered down paint, and then I just wipe it off with a paper towel and it looks like it's been stained. And I do this for the entire piece, and you're also going to want to make sure that you also don't forget to do the edges so that it has a nice finished look. Now I chose to use this little truck from the window clings, and I just trimmed around the edges so that there was no film showing, and I'm just going to use some Mod Podge and attach it to the wooden plaque. There were other things you could have used from the window cling, but this is the one I liked best. You could always do what works for your home decor. And then as a little embellishment, I decide to use the greenery from this little piece ornament. I just ripped it off and hot glue it into the corner. That was super simple and only took a few minutes to make. For the next DIY, you will need one of these frames from the Dollar Tree. You're also going to use the same window clings and some of the fake snow from the Dollar Tree. Also, I picked up this buffalo check wrapping paper from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to disassemble the frame, and I'm going to use a razor blade, and I'm just going to scrape off the "Our Family is Blessed." It actually comes off pretty easy, and then this way I can customize it and make it into a Christmas decoration. Once it's done, I do wipe off the glass with a wet paper towel, just to make sure that all of the black residue is gone. And I'm going to use the 4x6 picture that comes in the frame as a template to cut out the piece of wrapping paper. And I'm really sorry that this went so blurry. I did not notice that when I was recording, that my camera went out of focus, but it goes right back in a couple seconds. And I choose to just use the snowflakes and the trees to make a little bit of a Christmas tree scenery, like if you were going to the Christmas tree farm to cut down your own tree. And again, I trim these pieces as well, and then I decide to tape down the wrapping paper so that it's not bowing when I Mod Podge all of these pieces in. Now, if you are new to my channel, I would love for you to introduce yourself down below so that I can know that you are visiting. And if you are into DIYing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell so that you don't miss future videos. Now, I also decide to use some of the Mod Podge, and I'm going to glue some fake snow onto the bottom just to finish off this Christmas tree scenery. And I'm also going to use the words Christmas trees from the same window cling, and I'm going to Mod Podge those into the top part of the frame, as well as the two little snowflakes that were right next to the words. Again, this DIY cost me $3 and took less than 5 minutes to make. I love how simple it is and how cute it turned out. For the next DIY, I'm going to just be using some large popsicle sticks, and I'm going to do the same technique I did in our first DIY, where I stain the sticks using the brown paint. And I'm just going to stain the one side because that's all that will be seen. And I am just going to be using this 5x7 black frame that I did pick up from the Dollar Tree a long time ago. And the glass is missing, which is perfect because you will not need the glass for this DIY. And as you can see here, I am just going to hot glue the wooden sticks onto the back of the frame so that you have this look when you're done. And then you're going to take any Dollar Tree ornament that you like and hot glue it onto the wood. And again, I am just going to take some greenery from another Dollar Tree ornament and I'm going to hot glue it into the corner of this frame. Now I have a question for you because I would love to get to know fellow crafters here on YouTube. When you're crafting, what are you doing in the background? Is there music playing? Are you watching TV? Are you watching YouTube videos? What are you doing? It's either complete silence or I am watching other crafters' YouTube videos while I'm DIYing. Now, because this is from the Dollar Tree, sometimes some of the paint comes off and I wanted the Merry Christmas to be nice and bright, so I just used a permanent marker and went over the letters. And I love how this turned out. Again, 5 minutes, less than $5. Now for the next DIY, you're going to need one of these hats from the Dollar Tree, a foam cone, and you'll see here I have lights, but unfortunately I actually totally forgot about the lights. I was going to put them into the hat to make it like a colorful lit tree thing, but it didn't work out. So all I'm going to do is cut out the lining out of the hat because you're not going to need the lining for this DIY. These hats were absolutely adorable. I can't believe they were only $1. I love the stitched snow pattern that's on the hat. So this is a pretty simple DIY. All you're going to do is make a slit all the way down the hat and you're going to roll your cone shape in the hat to find out where exactly you want to cut the hat so that it wraps around. We're basically just making a Christmas tree, a knit looking Christmas tree decoration for your house. Now this should have been super simple, but this, for some reason, this DIY, I got burned like 6 times with the hot glue. And because my cone was broken, I had paper at the top. It was a hot mess. But it actually is absolutely adorable. It only cost $2 to make, and it really did only take 5 minutes in spite of all the burning that happened. And you're gonna see here, I'm just gluing down the seam, then I go back and I trim it up so it's nice and clean on the back, and I trim around the bottom of the tree as well. And I also hot glue the top so that it's basically seamless looking at the top of the tree. And I think that this looks absolutely adorable when you display it with some other Christmas tree decor that you have. And then to match, I had to pick up these ornament balls. So I'm just going to use some of the wired twine that I found, and I'm gonna make my own DIY garland with it. This would be absolutely adorable if you wrapped it onto a tree, if you hung it from a fireplace mantle. Right now my fireplace mantle is not completely usable. I mean, it is, but it isn't because we are having some work done around it. But this would be so cute. I plan to put it on the fireplace mantle. And all I'm doing is hot gluing the twine ball hanger part onto the wired twine. And you're going to want to make sure that you spread the balls out evenly so you start in the middle of the twine piece that you have. And I recommend using an odd number of balls, whether it's 5 or 7. But I just love how this turned out. It was super cute. It cost $2 to make, and again, less than 5 minutes. I really, really hope you guys are enjoying these DIYs because you can't beat 5-minute DIYs. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I have some more DIYs coming for you this week, and they're also going to be simple 5-minute DIYs. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!